Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel Aquarium Monsters. So today we will talk about black molly care, one of the most common freshwater fish in the aquarium hobby today, and quite often the most unusual, is the black molly. Unlike the other types of molly fish available in the fish keeping hobby, the black molly gets the majority of its trade as a result of captive breeding, and you would struggle to find one in the wild. It's pretty obvious where the black molly gets its name from, but what isn't as obvious is how they came to obtain such a dark and distinct color. Almost all black mollies will be born with a serious case of melanism, which is skin condition opposite to albinism, the lack of color pigmentation. While the majority of black mollies fish are completely black, they can sometimes be found with a streak of yellow which runs down to the dorsal fin or a slightly silvery color on the flanks. Black mollies are relatively small in size, with the males growing to maximum of 3 inches and the females often growing a couple of inches larger. The lifespan will completely depend on how well they are cared for, but in the perfect scenario, black molly fish can live up to 5 years in captivity. So, perfect tank conditions for black molly fish. First thing to take into consideration when setting up your tank to hold black mollies is the ratio of two sexes. Black mollies are generally a peaceful community fish, but multiple males kept in the same tank can become aggressive, and females which are outnumbered by males will tend to be harassed. The optimal ratio that I recommend is 3 females to each male. The male mollies are aggressive breeders, so providing more females will help divide the attention between them. To prevent any one female from receiving constant attention, failing to stick to its ratio, or one thereabouts, you may find that your female will become too stressed to eat and could potentially die. It is often thought that black mollies are best served in brackish waters, but that's not the case at all. While it's true that they can survive in almost any water conditions, they will be better off kept in freshwater tanks. Mollies love space to move, and since you should be keeping them in large groups as to prevent any unnecessary harassment or aggression, you will need a tank that is big enough to accommodate them. At least 20 gallon should be minimum, but if possible a 45 gallon tank will be lot better. In terms of pH and temperature, I will recommend that you keep your black mollies in water that is between 70 to 80 degree Fahrenheit with a pH that is closer to the harder, more alkaline side of spectrum 7.5 to 8.2. Mollies are very sensitive to changes in the water parameters, so it's important that you keep the tank environment as consistent as possible. Black mollies love planted aquariums, so the more plants you have, the better. The plants will not only allow the adult fish to feel more comfortable, but they will also increase the survival rate of the fry. Mollies are nourishes when it comes to feeding on their fry, so giving them a place to hide will help you breeding efforts, and pretty much any plants will do the trick. But here are the few of the ones I would recommend: Java ferns, Amazon sword, Java moss, agrophilia. So what filtration for black molly tanks? Most filters will work well when keeping black mollies, so it completely depends on what you currently have access to or what you can afford. While a lot of other fish keepers will recommend a canister filter, we believe they are a little bit too expensive when it comes to keeping mollies. A simple hang-on and the back filter is cheaper and will not disrupt the water surface as much as most other filters types. Mollies love to swim on the surface looking for floating food, so I recommend choosing a filter which leaves the surface as smooth as possible. So that's all guys for today. This was the information about the molly care. The next video I will be uploading on mollies diet, and then we will talk about mollies breeding. So stay tuned for the next video and do subscribe to the channel, share, comment and like the video if you like it.